So
Where is
where were we?
it? Where were we? Where
Security.
were we? Security. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But I think you can't feel really totally secure. I think it's part of the
Yes,
game.
exactly.
Actually, that's how it's normal that one doesn't feel secure.
Hmm?
It's right actually. It's not good to feel secure 100%. Then you are safe, and then you don't are not open to the unpredictable, which happens sometimes also via accidents and things which you not necessarily wanted. Yeah.
That's good, but if you feel really insecure, it's also not good.
Yeah, I mean, no, but yeah, it depends what
Yeah.
we also intend for security and
Yeah.
not security. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you feel not good with you know, if it's something like not feeling good within a situation, then of course that's yeah, that's bad. But this insecurity is that you that you don't know really how it is the result.
Mhm.
That you don't know neither what you are doing, how it will be the result.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, with the violin, it depends so much on the acoustic, on the how humid is the room, how dry is the room. It will sound different. I will do the same thing and it will sound different. I don't know how it will come out, that sound, which I'm. So it has to be just taken into account that it's not necessarily sharply exactly what I have in mind, or maybe I even don't have something precise in mind. I just let it come and happen.
Maybe we can also grab that point from another point of view. What is risk in improvisation?
yeah, what you have
What,
to dare,
how
yeah.
much? What do you risk? Why and when do you risk it? Maybe that's a more interesting thing, because security, or let's say probably also risk. That's also true for risk. But you can understand security on so many levels, and what for one person is a very uncomfortable feeling of insecurity, for another person is a very it's normal.
Yeah.
And then it's then the other person would say, but then you are not really insecure, because insecurity, we have this kind of there is a strange notion about it. But how much risk is in improvising? What do you risk? And I think if you really, and it comes back to making music. If you really make music, you're risking everything, but you're actually delivering it to the process with everything that you have, and that is kind of a risk, but it won't work if you don't do it. So everything that you have means you act responsible as a musician, and you act in connection. Maybe that's the most important thing. In improvisation, you act in connection with others, in immediate connection. That means no time for reflection. You are co-living with the others and expressing what comes out, and that means everything is at stake. I try to be here with everything that I have, and I don't think about my ego.
Mhm.
So I risk my ego, hopefully, and don't have to take a solo, maybe sometime, but no, not really, And because it's about the music, which is the music of the group. So I would say that's maybe a part of the things that you risk, but maybe you have other things to add.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
great.
agree.
It's such a safe position. You just say you agree.
Do you also agree?
No, I wasn't.
I didn't
You
listen.
didn't listen.
We risk to
No, I know.
He's super tired.
But
Yeah, it's also
I
the
didn't
next
listen
one.
either.
with the jet lag.
Yeah,
No, I
You have to agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
you have
No,
to
agree because we take the risk to agree.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
take
that's-
the risk.
That's
Well, I
Yeah.
feel a bit insecure, but
But nevertheless,
nevertheless, yeah.
Are you listening to your performances afterwards sometimes, or how is this?
risky.
yeah.
I mean, our 4 albums were performances, so all 4 albums were recorded at the Loft in Cologne.
Mhm.
So we
Nice.
listen back to those, but we don't often record the show and listen back afterwards. Like, I mean, we talk about the music after the concert,
After, yeah.
and then just to see how people felt and how it went and what worked and what didn't work. That's mostly when we talk about the music, is after, never before. We never plan out things too much, or I don't
And,
know.
and if you have a recording, we would not listen
For a few,
for a
y-
few.
the
You
times.
have to forget
Yeah,
everything.
that's what I'm
That's
asking.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
you otherwise you can feel
Project.
yourself project being.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I forget
how you
everything.
felt.
That's what I
Yeah.
try to. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah, that's,
totally.
distance.
yeah.
You have to get the distance.
The distance,
Take a
then
few
you get.
months off.
Yeah.
Out
Mm.
of the music
Mhm.
and come back in, and then it's always surprising because you forget about the experience and you're re-experiencing
Mhm.
it, so you can be a bit more objective and know if it's good or not. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. Maybe you have to add something if you want. Because you're all, or maybe it's a question. Maybe, but I'm interested. Do you have an experience as you realized the first time? This is improvisation. Is there a something, not a big story, but somehow where you thought, this is also something I want to do, and
Mhm.
So when we started with improvisation.
yeah, and but
Nice
yeah,
question.
so can you remember something? This is possible, or okay,
No, I remember because I had these older. Actually, one was a musician and one a dancer in Pisa, who asked me once, "Why don't you meet to improvise?" I really didn't know what it meant.
Mhm.
Actually, what's free improvisation? I couldn't imagine really what it was, and okay, and then we met and I really don't remember what I did because I didn't have any experience with extended techniques, with contemporary music, nothing at all. But something, yeah, but I really something happened there. Something that happened that then I was totally hooked. So obviously I was improvising. I have no idea what I did, but it was something which really stayed, and I thought, yeah, this is really something wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have a jazz background, and you have like this. Yeah, I mean, then you have a kind of framed way of improvising. But I guess I got a glimpse of what's possible in listening to concerts. That's possible. So, and then you fail a lot in the beginning, and then you have to do it again.
But did you have a key experience with
A key
improvisation?
experience.
Yeah.
I went to so many concerts, which some of those I had like a member card of Borgin Best back then, and I listened to everything, and so I had just a shitload of different music from.
But why did you go there at all?
Because I liked everything. I liked to listen to each concert. So I had lots of information in my 16-year-old brain. So I wanted to hear everything, and then it settled down. Maybe, I don't know, but of course I saw very good concerts. I mean, many. But I think that's that's from the outside world to listen to really good musicians to playing this music or whatever music actually. You know what's possible. And you understand more and blah blah blah. Then you understand more the abstraction and the hints and all these little things popping up, and then you can decipher whatever it is at one time. And that's what.
Interesting. Yeah.
Not like her, like
yeah,
jumping
that's,
the water.
Yeah, that's nice to hear the different ways of getting into it.
You
I
first.
can't. Well, I can't. It's a really good question, and I will think about it because I don't recall a specific event that made me think, oh, I want to do this. I think it's always been part of what I do, just as a kid, just drawing and stuff, and just playing. I think probably I'm thinking as I'm speaking here, but it's just this liberty, this way of being able to just be yourself in a situation and just know there are no rules and you just play. And when I have to play, I was, learning jazz on double bass, and there's all these rules and you have to follow the rules and stuff. And then at one point I was like, oh, you can take all of that away and just play. And I think that's what I love about improvised music. I'm never, if I play a recital, Baroque music or something, I can feel really nervous beforehand and feel not like myself, The situation is kind of taking, controlling of my body and my mind. When I'm improvising like this, I never feel nervous beforehand. I just go and I just react to what's happening. So I think it's just at one point I realized that I could just be myself, in a musical situation. So, yeah.
A nice picture, nice comparisons. Thank you.
Yeah, I had more a gradual movement into improvisation because I was playing rock music with the drums, and there was this jamming aspect, and I always wanted to get this kind of jamming and groovy and let go thing happening with the tuba. And I had several approaches with jazz which I didn't get at all. I listened to many concerts because I was working at concerts, some of them much too many notes. But there were maybe one thing, my first concert of improvised music was with two local saxophone players and Paul Lomens, who to me was like a funny elder guy coming with a drum set. So because I didn't, I had no clue, who Paul Lomens is at that time. And it worked out well, and I said, oh wow, so we can do something like that the whole evening, amazing. And then I must say that very often, reciprocally, I think, okay, that's where I started to dig deeper. And a very important point, for example, in my life with improvised music was when there was a big group and we were all improvising, and then there was this group of elder musicians, and I heard them saying, well, I don't really want to go through these things again. We did it when we were young, but and I was, are they talking about me? Is there something wrong? And then this group was broken up, or it was, resolved or whatever. Yeah. And then a month later it was refounded, but without me and somebody else. And so I said, oh shit, I really want to know why I'm not in that group anymore, because I felt that I was really improvising. So I really worked hard. I really wanted to know why is that not happening, because I'm thinking I do everything right and obviously not. So what is missing? And that really gave me the kick in my ass to say, okay, I want to know about improvised music, about abstract improvised music, and I want to find out what it is and how it works, and until I find it. And nowadays, that's why I say reciproc, I can tell what was different. At that time I was much too stressed. I was, you know, as opposed to you. For me, improvising was I have to show something, or I have to prove something, and and I was not in listening mode, but I was in producing mode. And that experience made me over the years come more and more into the listening mode. So that meanwhile now I say, if I give a workshop, for example, I say it's not about what you do, it's about what you hear. This is what makes improvisation, and not your ability to play whatever notes. So that is one of the. It was not very comfortable.
No?
I was really pissed.
Thanks
Fuckers!
Yeah.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
But that's how it has
yeah.
to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's not, you're not helping also young people if you, or younger or less experienced people, if you tell them, oh, that's fantastic, you can just play, it's like on the same level. No, if you hear that this is not there, which is not a question of how long you make music, it's a question of how deep you go into listening, then you have to let the people know, because like that they might want to go deeper. It's fantastic, actually. Not comfortable, though.
Not like these pants.
These pants are comfortable.
With
These
the
are
chairs?
comfortable. The chairs are okay.
no.
Yeah.
Chairs
Yeah,
are not
chairs
very
are-
comfortable.
Yeah, the best chairs in town and in the club.
Yeah.
Those are.
But the recorder has the best chair.
Yeah, it's the best
The
chair.
record is the best chair.
Should have done the conversation on the sofa.
Yeah.
Oh my God!